You are here to change lives, but we can't be changed by you if you're hiding. We can't be moved by you if you're not moving. We can't be affected by you if you stay within this shell. So the energy that the universe has gifted all of us through you is being blocked. The love that the universe has gifted all of us through you is being blocked by you not stepping into that fullest expression. You are infinitely, profoundly magical. And you are living this paradox, and I'm receiving that you love paradoxes. You are living this paradox of visibility, in that what you seek the most, to be seen, to share your gifts and be celebrated, is also what you fear the most, and that is to be seen. Some of your deepest wounds are related to visibility. Bullying, sharing your gifts and being laughed at or criticized, being told to be quiet, being told to tone yourself down, being told you were too much, too loud, taking up too much space, internalizing that message from childhood, from bullying, or from even people in your life who should have protected and celebrated you, actually criticizing and making you feel small, making you feel shame instead of love, rejection instead of radical acceptance and celebration. So there are these deep wounds and these deep childhood pains that you have internalized, and as such created this shell of protection around yourself. This calcified all the stories around what it means to be seen, what it means to shine your light, therefore leading you to dim your light, to take up space in a way that was so different from how you would as a child, to be less vibrant, to be less expressive. And it feels like you never have found your way back to that level of expression, to that level of sharing your light with the world, being the loud voice in the room, singing or dancing. I'm getting that. I'm receiving that. You used to love performing, and you've lost that love in some way, and you're trying to find your way back to it. And you've already been feeling glimpses of that reconnection of that love. But then there's also the heartbreak of what would have happened if you'd never given up. If you'd stayed on that path, where would you be now? So there's a lot of self-forgiveness that you're being invited to. Okay, so that's some of your deepest wounds around visibility. But also some of your favorite moments in your life have been the moments when you felt truly seen. I'm receiving that you're an incredible listener. You hold such a beautiful space for people. You allow people to feel seen, to feel heard. You give them space to say things that they've never even said. People often say to you, wow, no one's ever asked me that question. Or, oh my word, I've never told that to anyone. Or, wow, I'm still thinking about what you said to me 3 years ago. That question you asked me, or the way you listened to me, or the conversation we had has stuck with me ever since. So you change lives through your listening and through the poetry of your existence. So the moments where you have felt seen, maybe you've been in a group and you've told a joke and people have all laughed, and that's felt so, you're like, I like that. So you like entertaining, you like sharing your gifts and being recognized for them. You like singing in front of people who actually value your voice. You like sharing your poetry with people who value your craft and the artfulness of your expression. You like being seen is actually the funny thing. You love being seen. The difference is you love being seen when you know you will be lovingly witnessed. What we are all seeking, my love, when it comes to being seen is not just to be seen. We don't just want to be seen. There's people I don't want to see this video. We want to be lovingly seen, to be lovingly witnessed. We want someone who is willing to celebrate. Each of us has a memory of childhood where we learned to do something. It could have been a handstand, it could have been to whistle, and we said, look, mom, look, friend, look, person, look at me, and lovingly witness me. We didn't say those words, but celebrate me, acknowledge me. And in those moments came some of our deepest wounds, when people looked away instead of looking towards, when people looked at us with indifference or with annoyance, with irritation, with blame, with anger, instead of with softness, with love, with receptivity, with radical receptivity to what we were there to give. It's in those moments that we were looked to with judgment instead of with acceptance and celebration, that some of these wounds calcified into the shell of protection that we now are trapped within. The thing about a shell is, of course, it serves a purpose. It serves the purpose of protection. It can protect us from the outside world. It can protect us from harsh sunlight. And in this sense, it protects us from some of the humiliation that we fear can come with being seen. So we hide ourselves and we shrink ourselves, and you've been doing that. But you sense that, it's too much now. You are tired of hiding. And what's coming through is the words, people less talented than you, taking up more space, getting opportunities that you feel you could attract to yourself if you went all in. People less knowledgeable than you, being guests on podcasts or sharing their wisdom or thoughts with the world. Now, what I do want to say, babes, because I've also been there, people less than me, it's the ego. It's this hierarchical understanding. Because I know more. What is even to know more? Can knowledge even be measured in that way? You know, this idea of quantification of self that comes from capitalism, colonialism, patriarchy, the notion of hierarchy, of dominance. Like, I dominate this topic, therefore I should be the one speaking on it, right? And both things can be true. It's amazing to hear from someone who has deep wisdom in a subject or topic, absolutely. But I just want to give voice to the idea that this narrative that people less talented than me are receiving more opportunities, it's not the most loving way we could choose to look at it. And being loving, it's a daily practice. It takes work. I am on this journey with you in terms of that. No one arrives. We all fail to be loving in many ways. And I think we're on this path of trying to be more loving. So I wanted to offer that shift, that we don't need to put anyone down as we seek to live our dreams. We can say that every one of these people who I admire, I'm receiving the idea that envy is also part of your experience, envying people who are living your dream, envying people who are taking up the space that you want to take up, and receiving the opportunities, collaborations, money, abundance that comes with them sharing their gifts with the world. And so there's an envy feeling there. And I just want to say, I hold that with so much love, and it can be a really painful experience to move through. We all feel it, especially in this, again, quantified, algorithmized reality of the online space, but also in our day-to-day lives. We feel envy of relationships that we're not in, or experiences we're not having, travel we're not doing, all of these things. So I just want to hold love for you. But while the shell has served the purpose of protection, it's now causing you to feel suffocated. You are ready to extend beyond the shell. And what I'm hearing is that some of your fears are around releasing the shell of protection around you, but also some of your wildest dreams and desires will be unlocked by that release. By you stepping into sharing your light with the world, sharing your gifts, your magic, your art, your ideas, your thoughts, your perspectives. Like, you are here to change lives, but we can't be changed by you if you're hiding. We can't be moved by you if you're not moving. We can't be affected by you if you stay within this shell. So the energy that the universe has gifted all of us through you is being blocked. The love that the universe has gifted all of us through you is being blocked by you not stepping into that fullest expression. So I have this ebook called the Soulful Visibility Guide, and it's free for now, and you can receive it on my website into your inbox at ayandastood.com. As we talk about the paradox of visibility, something that completely changed my life is Audre Lorde's work, and I share this in the ebook. And one of her essays that I return to again and again, and this essay, her work, her words, may she rest in peace, power, and poetry. I'm so in awe. And I want to read you this quote because it speaks to the paradox of visibility. It speaks to this dual desire and fear we have, this absolute desire to be more seen, to take up more space, to be witnessed in our magic and our gifts, with this complete absolute fear of humiliation, of essentially social death. So what I want to read to you is this quote by Audre Lorde. She says, "In the cause of silence, each of us draws the face of her own fear. Fear of contempt, of censure, or some judgment, or recognition. Fear of challenge, of annihilation. But most of all, I think, we fear the visibility without which we cannot truly live. Most of all, we fear the visibility without which we cannot truly live." That is from the essay, The Transformation of Silence into Language and Action by Audre Lorde. And I want to share with you that you can feel that what we seek most, what we crave, what we long for, what we yearn for, is also what we fear. And it's not just visibility in our creativity and craft. In our relationships, we fear being truly seen. We fear that we are not lovable if we share all of ourselves. We've been told we're too much, so we hide ourselves. So you hide yourself. And you sense that there is a deeper level of connection on the other side of this hiding. And that's also why the fear of being seen is showing up for you. So what I want to say to you, my darling, my love, my angel, is this fear of humiliation. Did you know that the root of the word humiliation comes from the idea of making something humble? And humble used to mean lowly. It used to mean less than, right? So you're making someone, you're reducing them to the level of a lowly person. So we can hear the baggage of that. It's a hierarchical system. That is the cultural, historical baggage that this colonial word, rooting from Latin, is carrying. The idea that you are reducing someone to a base level. It's like abasement, right? Abasement meaning mortification, embarrassment, shame, all those things. So when we think about it, if we want to see a world that's not rooted in hierarchy, we have to start acting in alignment with that world, which means in that world, we're all living our essence, which is love, and we're all seeing the essence, which is love in others and in earth. So in that world, there is no humiliation. You cannot reduce people because we are irreducible because we've come home to love within ourselves and within how we see others. So when we see that, and we see a lot of people are talking about this beautiful, in order to have the life that you want, you have to start acting as if you are already the one living that life. And if you take that to the collective level, if we want to see a world rooted in love, collective healing, abundance, thriving, safety, don't we have to start acting as though we are already those people? Don't we have to start believing in the parts of the collective that are that and that want to be that, and all they're looking for is the invitation that you are uniquely here to provide? Like you are here to speak a specific language to those people who are meant to hear you. Because we're not all moved by the same energies. So we need everyone's energy to align with love so that it can move who it's meant to move and invite them into more love. Because love is an abundant energy. We will never tire of the invitation into love. There will always be more to do. There'll be more music we can listen to. There'll be more perspectives we can hear. There'll be more embodiment, more dance, more singing. There will be more relationships and relational understandings. Like love is infinite because love is the infinite. Love is another word for the divine. Love is another word for God. Love is another word for source. Love is the most powerful energy of all. So there is so much to do. And so that's why if you're worried about taking up space, baby, love has space. Love will never tire of space. There can never be enough voices speaking about love. There can never be enough artists creating through and with and for love, which could be singing a very melancholic song. We know that that is part of love's history in music. People's history of love through music is these deep feeling, melancholic songs of struggle, of heartbreak, of mourning, of grieving, of activism. Like that is part of some of the most moving pieces of art have come from and through love. And you are one of them. And you are one of them. From the perspective of the universe, can you be humiliating? Could you be humiliated? You are a creation of the universe. You are the art of the universe. And so there's nothing humiliating about you. And so when you realign yourself to love, and there's that Marianne Williamson quote and the Rumi quote. For Rumi, it was, do not seek for love, seek for the barriers within yourself that separate or remove you from it. He did say at the end of that quote, and embrace them. So there's that idea of radical acceptance. And then there's a Marianne Williamson quote, which says, and I think it's from what she has studied called the Course in Miracles, where she says that love cannot be taught. But what we can teach and what our aim should be in this life is to remove the blocks that prevent our awareness of the presence of love, which is our birthright, which is our inheritance. So remove the blocks that prevent our awareness of the presence of love. So what is blocking your awareness of the presence of love? We have so many things in this society that are doing that. And so part of this path of being seen is holding that inner child that didn't feel good enough, that was humiliated, that was bullied, or that felt shame or ashamed in some way, and loving them back to life. Loving them to healing, loving them radically, fiercely, lovingly, divinely, being that older sibling or that parent or that knowing presence in their life that lovingly witnesses them at every step they take, that says there's nothing shameful about you, there's nothing wrong with you, there's nothing that needs to be hidden behind the shield, the shell of perfectionism. I suffer from that shell. So there's many different shells that we can hide within and hide behind. Perfectionism, the idea that if I show up in a certain way, I will protect myself from essentially being seen as not enough, which is what I already feel. And so we guard ourselves with it has to be perfect because I don't get to be seen if it's not. It has to be perfect because I can't deal with what it would look like for people to see me as I actually am. And what I love and has humbled me so much about this work around the fear of being seen is how infinite it is. It's not conquerable. That is the colonizer's framework, that you conquer something, you dominate it, you win it. That life is a competition, and a deadly one at that. Actually, in this case, first of all, through love, there is no competition, there is no dominance or conquering. But second of all, life is an infinite expansion. So with the fear of being seen, there's the myth that we're going to arrive at this level of completely not fearing being seen. But that's not human. Why is that? Because we're social beings. We are wired for connection. We are connection, as I say, meaning that we are actually an embodiment of all the things that connect us. Our culture, our family, our lineage, our language and languages, our understandings, the things we've read, the things we've seen. We connect all those things. Like we are that walking connection of those aspects of reality that have touched and moved and been through us. So because we're social beings, there will be part of us that seeks the acceptance and approval of our peers and of others. The idea that we will eventually reach the state of not feeling afraid to be seen, I think would mean that we have completely lost something essential about what it means to be human. Sometimes we're aiming for something that is more aligned to what we think reality should be than what it is. There will always be the unknown of what the other thinks of us, and that unknown will always cause a little bit of anxiety or a lot, like some spectrum of tension. What we can do is dance with this tension, release some of the tension, reduce the tension. And why this work has humbled me, where I started, is that you will continue to be invited to be seen on more and more or bigger or different arenas of visibility, different dimensions of visibility. So for example, now I can speak to you like this and I can feel like, okay, even though I have some inner criticism, it's so much less of a block than it used to be. But like now I'm being invited to do something else, which is maybe sing, or do something else, which is maybe interview other people. So we're always being invited. Someone asked me, why don't you host an in-person event? I said, oh my goodness, what? What? That is so scary. You mean people live can just respond? So then that planted a seed. What if you host an in-person event? Fear of being seen. So we're always being invited. This is why I'm creating a group container to step into the boldest visibility that we can this year. It's going to be a small group of people, and we're going to be taking this to the next level because I have plans and I want to work in like an intimate space with people on it. I'm going to be doing a bunch of things on the fear of being seen. So watch this space. It starts with this ebook. So make sure you get the ebook. Okay. Soulful Visibility. And I'm also going to be doing a free training. So watch the space for that. So if you're interested in that, all you need to make sure you are on is my email list, which you will do by signing up for this ebook. If you've already got the ebook, you're there and I will be communicating with you via email. Otherwise, babes, join us. Join the Soul Salon, join the Soul Siblings, join the email list, okay? So my darling, my love, my angel, your essence is love, so you can't be humiliated. Now, not to say your ego can't be humiliated. Of course it can be. Of course it can be. And it's painful. It's painful. One day I think I may have just like a humiliation vibe, like party or something. We can just share stories of embarrassment because that's what we're avoiding. You know, I was thinking of the word like mortified. I'm mortified, and how it's like rooted in death, to make dead, mortal, immortal. It's all related to dying. So we have this notion of a social death. But because we're social beings, a social death feels like a physical death. They're not separable. That's why when people feel like they don't have a social sense of love, they feel unworthy in their life force. And if this is you, we are sending you so much love. You are so eternally worthy, and we are with you in this life. And we are with you, and we are thinking of you, and we are channeling you, and you are so powerful and beautiful, and this will pass. And love will find you in its physical manifestation, but love is all around you in its spiritual one. Okay? Okay, my love. Okay. So this is what I felt called to share today, my darling, my angel, my love. I want to just say, I love you. You are love. And the more you align yourself with that truth, the more the idea of what could go wrong will stop holding such a huge power over you, because what could go wrong will not change the fact that you are love and you are loved. And also, the more you stand in your truth and power, the more you will attract the friends, the community, the peers, the mentors, the group spaces that you're actually supposed to be in. You at least deserve to find out. Don't you think that's true? Don't you just deserve to find out? Like, aren't you tired of the story around what will happen? Wouldn't you rather just write the story by living it? Let's leave it there, my darling, my love, my angel. I love you so much, and I'll see you on the next soul session. You are love, you are loved, you are the essence of love itself. You are poetry, you are the poem, you are the universe's divine creation. The universe is proud of you. The universe is not ashamed of you. You are the universe, you are the cosmos, and through you we get to experience so much more expansion, love, poetry, music, generosity, service, abundance, truth, wisdom, creativity, playfulness, pleasure, delight. And we all need those frequencies. So please let the love that is trying to be expressed through you express. Do not block but allow. Do not withhold but share. Do not hide but stand in your light and stand in your power, and know that you are not alone. The collective is awakening, the collective is rising, and we need voices, artists, teachers, business owners, leaders to step into love and purpose and service and show us the way. And you are someone's way. I assure you of that. Love you so much, and I will see you on the next soul session. I love you. Bye. My darling, my love, my soul sibling, thank you for stepping into the soul salon. If you are still hearing or watching this, we are soul siblings. We are resonating on the same frequency. And so something you may struggle with, that I struggle with, is the fear of being seen. You know that visibility is involved in you living your creative purpose and being in your power, serving the collective through your gifts, through your magic, through your medicine. In order to do that, you know you need to be more seen than you are allowing yourself to be right now. I have a gift just for you, heart made for us on this frequency, and it is a free ebook called the Soulful Visibility Guide. That is soulful visibility. Like, we don't just want to be seen, we want to be felt, we want to be heard, we want to move and be moved. So I do have a free gift for you, and all you need to do is go to my website, ayandastood.com, and there you will be able to input your email address and receive this directly to your inbox. This is such a juicy and delicious guide, and I change the free offering every few months, so get it while you can. All the links are in the show notes. So thank you so much. I love you, and I will see you on the next soul session. Okay, I love you. Bye.